What's good? It's Tahir Murray here with the Thenterview podcast, man.
What's the deal, y'all? It's the Thenterview podcast, the #1 podcast in the world. And once again, we're here with a special guest, Tahir Murray, Howard alum, LHP owner, New York native, ultimate GOAT. If you know, you know. So,
Great intro, bro.
Yeah. I'm definitely glad to have you on here. As soon as I heard a little bit about your story, I definitely wanted to get you on here because this is what the youth need, and more than just the youth, this is what the whole world need. They need to learn from a creative like you, an entrepreneur, and a real true leader. So I definitely appreciate you for getting on here and taking your time out the day to get this interview. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be a classic interview. We're gonna look back. I always tell people we're gonna look back at this 1 year from now and we're gonna be like, wow, we have totally different motion now. We're in totally different rooms, So this is all about growth. But you can give them a little bit of background about yourself and just a little bit of what you do.
Yeah, so again, my name is Tahir Murray, owner and founder of LHP. We're a collegiate lifestyle brand. We design and develop apparel for over 40 different HBCUs, licensed vendor for all the schools we make product for, and then a portion of the proceeds go back to the schools that we're licensed with. So make everything from t-shirts, varsity jackets, cardigans, sweaters, a little bit of everything, man. The whole idea is just build a whole new standard of excellence when it comes to the richness of our products and what is served for the HBCU community. And just having products that really embody who we are as people, who we are as culture. So it's different from what people typically see in the bookstore, what people have seen previously. So
the bookstore
is just a whole new standard of that's representative of our culture, bro. That's really what it's about.
Okay.
So started that in 2019. I was a sophomore at Howard. Always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Always wanted to just be own my own business one day. I'm a third generation entrepreneur, so it's just in my blood.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I definitely agree with that. In the bookstores, they always look different. The bookstore is pretty much the logo with the champion with it. It's always champion. They always get champion for the manufacturer, and it's I'm not paying $60 for a champion joggers. They say Clark Atlanta. Sorry, CAU, but I'm not.
People gotta get the most out of their money when they buying, especially the school products.
Especially in college too.
Wear products that they're proud of. How we are, just swag every day. It's a fashion show.
Facts.
Every day at HBCU. So people should be able to have access to products that represent that.
Definitely.
And how they want to rock it.
Yeah. So you just said that third generation entrepreneur. Would you say growing up as a kid, all the kids want to be a basketball player, a rapper, a doctor, lawyer, whatever. Did you always know, had that feeling man, I know I'm going to be one of those ones one day, I'm going to be a star?
Honestly, I just gravitated to what my dad was doing. I wanted to be cool with my older cousins. They was fly. I learned a lot of stuff about fashion from them, especially my cousin Anthony, going to different stores with him in New York in the summertime. I always wanted to be like them, fly like them, confident, all that. But growing up in the store, I was exposed to a hip hop culture. We had a TV in the front, so they was always playing movies and music videos and stuff like that. So the store is more than just about products. It was about the community. It was about the people that pulled up to the store, the family experience. And it being a family-owned store, it's just I'm around people. I'm around my family all day.
Definitely.
I'm around the people who are really about the community and stuff like that. So just growing up and being a part of that, you just want to do what you can to add to it. I always told my dad I wanted to be a part of the business or take over one day, whatever. I always told him that as a kid, but he was always I want you to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
Anything that I ever am.
That's how parents is.
Yeah. So they always had big goals and dreams for me, but for me, I just always wanted to be a part and just lay a hand on the business however I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just it's summertime. You just dropped some new shorts, some new T-shirts. Got love from my HBCU. Yeah. Talk about that design, cause that's one of your I would say out of all your designs, it seemed like that one, I don't want to say basic, but it's not like as abstract as some of the other designs. Like it's more just straight to the point.
Yeah, and that's I think access is a big thing. When it comes to like our culture, we just need more access to certain things. So like bringing that into the business, I have $400 varsity jackets, but I also got the $25, $30 T-shirt for people who could want to just afford that and just get a T-shirt. But if we're gonna make a T-shirt, the detail of it is gonna be crisp. It's gonna be designed from scratch. All of our T-shirts are made from scratch overseas. Has a puff print on it, rubber patches on the sleeve and stuff like that. So it's like the details of everything that we make is just like so. I don't know, so rich. It's just so rich. So everything from the socks to the T-shirts to the varsity jacket, I want people to really have an experience with LHP items, no matter what it is. So.
Definitely. Quality. Yeah. Always.
Quality over everything, man.
Yeah.
Quality.
I'm tired of getting Gildan hoodies and the Gildan T-shirts.
I know, they be shaking up, man. Lasting just for so long, and then it turns into just a shirt that you wear in the crib.
It's super dingy.
But I want people to wear LHP items, and they could wear it to work. They could wear it. They could wear it wherever. They could go to dinner in it. Like it's just more than just that basic that you find in a bookstore. So. Some specialty to it. You know?
Yeah. You remember your first design ever? Like the first design ever?
First design ever for LHPs just in general.
You could do LHP and then you could do like one of your own. Like,
I probably got some mock-ups. The first thing that I ever like designed by myself and made it to life is our primetime crew neck. It's the all-over print crew neck. And that's just been a staple for our brand since 2020 when I designed it.
Yeah.
First design ever though, I was in high school. I was printing. I had a T-shirt brand. First time I printed T-shirts, I was like 13 years old, and that was me telling my dad like I'm serious, like I really want to do this. So he was like, if you really want to like be an entrepreneur and go the fashion route, figure it out.
Definitely.
He put me onto manufacturers and stuff, but it was like my own money. Had to figure out, how many shirts I wanted to buy, different colors, had a screen print. Like he just taught me like that process, but taught me in the sense of like go figure it out, and I'll just like steer you in the right direction from there. But I always like creating and stuff like that. In the sneaker store in New York as a kid, I had a bunch of Air Force One cutouts. So I used to just like color and do different stuff like that, like in the back of the store all the time. So like I said, this has been a part of it. Like this has been in my nature for a minute.
You've been doing this, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't even be that guy like I've been doing this, but I just always just like, it's just a passion. It's just like a natural love for it. Like it's something I always gravitated to.
Yeah, I read that you like you just said, like I don't want to be that guy. You had said in an article that I'm not cocky, but like knew all this was gonna happen. I knew you said CP3 was gonna start rocking your merch and stuff, and it was funny. I'm like, that's how I kind of feel with some of the stuff. People always ask, how do you do this? You not like hella surprised, or you don't be super excited when it happens? I'm like, it feels like it's supposed to happen. Like it's like this is what it's supposed to be.
Vision, man. Just having faith in yourself. Like just going with your gut, which a lot of this is building a business, building a brand. Even what you're doing, building this platform, you kind of just, everybody has their own blueprint, I feel like. So, I don't know, like you just kind of learn as you go and try different things, trial and error, but if you got faith in your vision, nothing will stop you for real.
Definitely. I noticed with the shorts that this design was a little different than the shorts you released previously. Like, how has recreating designs and just, making new ideas and new concepts come to life? Like, how's that process?
Just trying different ideas. I have a design team too, and we just reference different things that come from our culture. So of course basketball shorts, people hooping in the summertime, hooping in New York, it's a big deal. So I just wanted to create a short that's like people could hoop in, but also is like a lifestyle piece. Same with varsity jackets. It's just collegiate style. The pieces like the varsity jackets, cardigans, and stuff like that are just traditional to the collegiate wear in general or collegiate space. So we just add our own twist to it with the certain patches and different fabrications that we put on the products. We just add our own style to it. So I hope that answers your question about it. But yeah, it's not like a step-by-step or one approach. It's kind of like whatever we feeling. We just be bouncing different ideas off the wall internally and just going with like feels right. But when we know, like we know when we have an item or a design that's like a hit.
Yeah.
Like we all have that just like, synergy in the room where it's just like, all right, this is
the one. Like when an artist make his first hit song.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Like, this one. Everybody in the room and they hear it's like this is the one. Like it really be those type moments.
It's always them dudes in the studio be like, bro, I swear this one. I told him this was the one. I told him to say that. Like no, you didn't.
Funny, but if you just know. Like you go with your gut. Like it's just something in you just feels like it's right. So yeah.
Would you say that in your designs and items you could see some New York style in there, like from your hometown?
I would say more so in the merchandising aspect. It's all about how you put it on.
Okay.
I guess in collegiate wear, there's but so much. I don't want to say there's but so much you can do, but you can style up a T-shirt or a crew neck in so many different ways. And I think that's been the more fun parts of that creation process of getting the items and then doing a photo shoot. Because I still want to represent, but I want to make sure I accurately depict what our culture looks like, what it feels like, via like the videos and photo shoots that we do. So how we style one shoot is going to be completely different from how we style a different shoot. It's not like a set aesthetic or set look that we have as a brand, because our identity is we're still representing a culture, and our culture, as you know, is just so broad and so vast, so diverse. So to answer your question, it's just like it's really not about the products. It's about how you style it, how you merchandise it.
How you swag it.
A lot of that does have some New York in it, that confidence, that those different styles and stuff. I do get a lot of inspo from the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did talk about, being swaggy every day at HBCUs. It's definitely a fashion show every single day. Like,
yeah.
I even caught myself into it, like, last year when I first got there at Clark, Atlanta, I was like, putting on stuff that I would wear in Detroit, like Nike Techs, like white tee, blue jeans, white Air Force Ones.
And
I thought it was fresh, and I'm seeing dudes come in like you said, crew neck, bucket hat, joggers with some swaggy, like, sandals I never seen. I'm like, dang, like, it's a lot more lenient over here. It's like you could wear more. So my boy Ron, shout out to Ron, he definitely started getting me. I started seeing him like put it on, and I'm like, dog, I gotta get crispier than him now. So it turned into a competition.
Ron, man. Shout out Ron.
Yeah, shout out Ron, man. But talk about the culture when you were at Howard, and you stepping outside, you see people in your merch, you see people at the parties, you DJing, with your merch. How was that college life for you?
It's still weird to this day when I see people in the merch, to be honest. One of the coolest things that's happened is, like, I was going to class one day and a kid came up to me and was like, your merch is like the reason why I'm here. Like, I started merch on Twitter, thought it was dope, and I was just like, bro, I gotta go to Howard and rock this at Howard.
That's crazy.
So seeing how the product like has that type of impact on people is cool. But it's always exciting to see just people just show love to the brand, and especially during grad season when people doing grad photos in LHP, and it's just like, y'all are gonna have these photos forever. And the fact that I could add to that experience for you is just like, I don't know. That's kind of like what it's about. It's about the impact at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely cool. It's a weird feeling every time. And it's interesting when I go out with friends and they're like, yo, so-and-so got that shirt, and I go talk to them, and it's just like, bro, I'm just let them be. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy.
Like, yo, I made this.
Yeah, I made this guy like every 2 seconds, but it's the support that people have for the brand is just, man, it's a blessing, man.
Yeah. And
it's so cool to see it.
It's perfect. I think just like tapping into the HBCU as a brand, that's perfect. Like, that was like a very strategic move, because now we see more and more people coming to HBCUs. We getting more knowledgeable on them. More donors definitely trying to reach out and just have the HBCU name on their list. Like, for example, you were working with the Nets and the Clippers. That look like having that HBCU night. That look good for them, so they can look more diverse. So, have you ever felt like when you got in a situation like that, that they were just trying to use you, or it was genuine to you?
It's genuine, but I always make sure that they are doing what they need to do as a company to, like, say y'all want to do an HBCU night, then y'all gonna have a bunch of different HBCU representation throughout that night. Like, so I hold all the collaborations I do, I hold them accountable for scholarships or awareness, or if I'm bringing people on my team, or like just outsourcing different people in the HBCU community to be a part of the campaign or whatever. I'm doing what I can to put people on in that room, getting people in that room. That's kind of like the purpose of these collaborations and partnerships. This is just expand and keep that door open for other people to come eat. So when it comes to that, like, I've had to say no to a lot of people because I just felt like the intentions weren't always there, or like kind of what you said, like it's like they just doing this for diversity and inclusion. But holding that accountability is an important thing for me, because getting into these rooms and doing these things from an HBCU fashion lens, it hasn't really been done before the way that I'm doing it with these partnerships with the NBA and doing collabs with Google and working with different teams and stuff like that. This is their first time doing it too, so I'm just kind of like, I just kind of take that process real slow and make sure I'm being very inclusive to, or just holding the integrity of like the partnership for real, and making sure it's not just like a checklist, making sure this is something that they're gonna do next year and stuff like that. So definitely shout out the Nets. They did, when I did a collaboration with them last year, I think I was the first like HBCU company designer to do a partnership with them or collaboration with them. So to see what they did this year, it's like they just like leveled up. They had invited me to the game, and I pulled up, and they had halftime performances. I think they had a band in there. They had another HBCU designer come do a collaboration with them. So for me, it's just like they're really about it. You know, that's what I love to see. That's the accountability, and so that I always talk about when it comes to just, you know, what these companies got to do to elevate the culture. It's not about just doing a collab and then dipping out doing whatever. Like, really show us that you care about the students and the people in this community.
Yeah, I think Brooklyn owed us that too, because of the way they did Kyrie, man. They did Kyrie pretty greasy. Like, I'm glad he got out of there, but they was on my boy head. He was just trying to hoop. Like, he was just trying to hoop.
I was excited to see him play, and then he had left like a week before I got to the HBCU night. That's when the shady stuff happened. So
you watch basketball a lot?
Enough, yeah.
So who your top 5 players?
Top 5 players, like all time?
You could do it all time, or do you want to do current?
We can do all time.
Yes, I like all time, because it's all time gets it more. It's a lot involved now.
Yeah, not in any order. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, of course. But growing up, I really love Ray Allen. Because when I was hooping as a kid, I was a shooter. Like, I was just like, get to the spot, shoot.
Celtics Ray Allen, or like Bucks Ray Allen? Supersonics.
Supersonics was elite.
Yeah.
I forget what NBA Xbox game it was when he was on the team, but I used to get a bucket with him. That fifth spot, man, what can I think of?
Y'all know who in my 5th spot.
Give us your 5.
Well, I'll let you finish your 5th, and then I get my 5.
I gotta throw KD in there.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
On the court, not often, but he's a silent killer.
He said his was no order. That sounds pretty much like an order. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. That's definitely my top 3.
Dogs. Like, it's hard to do top 5 NBA players.
Those 3 should be everybody's 3.
Yeah.
They be trying to play with Kobe, but it's like Kobe was Jordan with a 3. You feel me?
They still trying to play with LeBron though.
They can't play with LeBron. They can't.
Still do. I don't know how, but
they literally hate that he happened to be that good. That's really all it is. They hate that he's compared to Jordan when he should be. That's all it is. But yeah, I got Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. I have Steph in my top 5 all time. And I'm not gonna lie, I had KD in there, and I'll keep him for now. just cause. But KD is like, he's slipping, bro. He's slipping out of there. It's like, I can't keep vouching for him. He keeps selling me. I keep losing money on KD. Like, come on, man. Like, you feel me? Like, KD, please, just one year, just carry the team, and, you know, you and D-Book, I need a championship. Like, I do. But that's probably my top 5, for sure.
Very solid.
But we talked about connections. How is maintaining those connections? Not just getting them, you know, people like you, for example, they came up and, you know, this is your first time being around those celebrities or in those rooms with the people that's higher up. So how do you, you know, get those connections and then maintain them?
A lot of those connections are from people that I've known for a minute, or people in the HBCU community who have supported me and was like the LA Sparks president right now, Natalie White, she's been a customer for a minute, and she went to FAMU, and she had DM'd me, was like, let's do an NBA collab, or a WNBA collab, like LA Sparks x LHP, and I was like, all right, cool. So that was my first pro sports team collab, and that's just a genuine connection that I made via Instagram, and that's still like a good friend, and it's just a good business partner to this day. I'm trying to think. Nets was a girl. I know a girl who went to Howard, who she works for the Nets, and she reached out to me, and she had like plugged me in and got me into that room, introduced me to everybody in there and stuff like that, and then that collaboration happened. So, I mean, all of it is just about building friendships and just good relationships with people, and just be doing right by people, honestly. Networking is like, I don't like using the word networking. It just seems too like businessy, I guess. Like, all of it is really just about professional relationships and just being good to people, man. That goes a very long way. Just like how you meet people on campus and stuff like that. You either rock with somebody, you don't rock with somebody, or you can hear certain things about somebody, how they moving kind of odd, like that translates outside of campus too. At the end of the day, you just want to work with people who have solid intentions and a pure heart and a good spirit, and you just want to be around the energy. So that's how a lot of these business deals and relationships go on in the real world. So no matter what brand you look at or company you look at, they all work in a pool of like the same people. When you really like you just scan out and look at it. So
definitely,
that's what I'm just trying to build too. Just a solid network of people to just build and just do what we can within our own community. Yeah.
That was a great answer. I agree with that 100%. That positive energy definitely runs a long way. Like, just from being genuine, just from staying positive, moving positive, you know, moving the right way. You're going to bump heads with the people that's on the same exact path as you, or already got there. So I think it's definitely important that y'all know to keep that genuine positive energy. And once you sense the negativity and all the BS, stay away from it, period. I definitely have to ask, what's your favorite shoot so far 2023 that you've done, that the brand has done?
Bro, let me look real quick.
Gotta look on the gram.
Gotta look. It's probably gonna be something with Wally, honestly. I work with Wally so much this year. He's been a blessing, bro.
So who is Jordan Walls to you then, as you look for the picture while it loads?
Who is he to me?
Yeah, who is Jordan Walls?
Man, he's a friend. He's a brother. He's like, man, he's everything, bro. He is just energy in a room like no other. I think what he did was Spell House shoot this that was last year.
Yeah, that was the dorm one. I think that might have been in Wally dorm, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. A shoot that I did with my friend KD. I work with this guy named Kobe on BYKD, and I met him at Howard, and we just been doing a lot of shoots since we both graduated. But we went to Yosemite in California. It was like a hiking shoot. I don't know, we had some products out there, and we just like, we just gonna shoot some HBCU stuff in the mountains.
That's crazy.
And it was cool to like bring HBCUs outside of outside of just HBCU.
Change the scenery.
Yeah, change the scenery a little bit. Showing people that, yeah, this is the life on campus, and yeah, we got bands, yeah, we got Greek life, yeah, we got sports, but we also like to go hiking, we also like to go on trips, we also like to go do this, that, and the third. So for us to just go Yosemite and just be in the mountains, Yosemite National Park, and just be out there, it was just like so fly. So that was like one of my favorites too. Because we actually like climbed the mountain. People don't realize how hard it was.
Yeah.
Not only were we just shooting, but we're climbing this mountain that's like so difficult to climb and shoot at the same time.
How many miles was it?
I think the total climb was like three and a half, like 4 miles.
Okay.
Up there.
So y'all walked probably
So it was like
about an hour.
Yeah. No, it was longer than an hour. That was an all day thing. But I was just shoot. That was just like, it was a side mission. It'd be the side missions that were like super fun. So that one and the God Love shoot that Wally just did is probably my favorites, just because it was just very bold. It was at school. It just felt natural. It just felt organic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. It's always cool working with Wally, man, and KD. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
They add so much to like my creative world and creative process. I just learn a lot from them two dudes. So.
Okay. What's the most money you made off one drop?
That's funny. It's hard to say because a lot of our projects are just continuous. Like we just be like pushing out new stuff. I don't want to put no dollar on it. Not on the interview.
Was it not on the interview?
Our best selling item, I will say, is the primetime all over print, and I'm hoping that these shorts that we're dropping or just dropped to the pre-order from the basketball shorts are going to be the number one. I feel really good about them. So. Yeah.
Put that in there. Put it in there. It's gonna be number one.
By the end of the year, I think it's gonna be it.
Okay.
It's gonna be it.
Was there ever a time where you were going through it at college and you felt like you were slipping off your path, where you was letting your dreams go to waste, taking it for granted? And if it was, tell a story about it.
I think there's just been times where I had to question if, like, not even question, but there's just days where it's just hard. Like, I graduated from the School of Business, so a lot of my friends and my peers in the senior class were getting big internships and big jobs afterwards, making 6 figures straight out of college, and I was just like, I'm about to just bet on myself and bet on this brand. So in that, it was like just kind of a scary, not like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I was like, I know I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna jump in the water. It's just like, I just gotta swim. I gotta tread water. So that time was just like, I don't know. It was a lot to deal with mentally, emotionally, stuff like that. But I just knew I just had to go. I just had to keep moving with it. But being in college, I was having too much fun and balancing out too many different things to even deal with certain things emotionally sometimes. So I was just like always in the midst of it. Cause I was DJing and throwing parties and MCing. So I would be like busy from Thursday to Sunday for like Thursday nights when folks go out and go to the clubs and bars.
They don't got no classes Friday.
And then Friday, same thing. If it's springtime, then we doing darties and stuff on Friday. Saturday, darties, party at nighttime, and then brunch on Sunday. So I was doing that for quite a minute, and that's how I funded my business too, and funded myself essentially, because I didn't have no other job. Yeah. So just doing what I could to make some money in my pocket and get this brand rolling.
Have you ever had a clock-in job, like like I worked at Walmart or something?
I had internships in the summertime. My mom was always like, I was a camp kid growing up, so whether basketball camp, baseball camp, whatever, sports camp, whatever, I was always doing something. So my first job was actually, I was a soccer referee. I was probably 12, 13 years old. So that was my first job.
That's very young.
I had an internship at like 15 for Bank of America. I was working at a nonprofit, and then I interned at J. Crew the summer after my sophomore year. I think those were the only jobs that I've had.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's some do's and don'ts for someone who is about to start their clothing brand?
I've never been asked this question. Do's and don'ts. I would say don't limit yourself and don't limit the ideas that you have. Like if you want to do something, just do it. Like there's so many people that have all these ideas and just don't bring them to the physical space. If you want to make a T-shirt, you're gonna do a pop-up. If you want to do something like that, like don't limit yourself. As far as do's. As far as clothing brand goes, do your proper research from everything that you want to do, like for the marketing, from the manufacturing to, I don't know, how to design. Like I self-taught myself how to do pretty much a lot of stuff for the brand. So put yourself out there, learn and take advantage of, I don't know, the resources that you have around you. Networking, do network, like do be outside, meet people, like do all that stuff. Cause that's just the only way that I've been able to learn and been able to grow as a creative and as a CEO. So
yeah, cause you edit some of your pictures, shoot some of your photo shoots.
In 2020, when the pandemic hit, like I didn't have access to a lot of people in general, because everybody, this is pre-vaccine, so nobody was outside
At all. Especially in New York.
I was waking up early and just learning how to use Photoshop, and Photoshop was my intro to like design and how to manipulate images and how to edit and just everything that Photoshop does. I was just like learning that software. So self-taught myself how to design, and I didn't have, once the product came in, I didn't know photographers, I didn't know models, so I had to figure out how to do product photography. So I used to just study different companies and different websites and how they do their product photography. And it wasn't like do this. I just had to look at it and just like see how they shot it, see the angles they shot it, see the lighting, how they did that in the third. So I was just self-teaching myself all these different things. But the blessing in that is that you just develop your own taste for what you like, for what you don't like as a brand. So I'm able to now like better work with people and collaborate with people because I have a better idea of like what I want at the end of the day as far as the end product. So just learning to communicate that with like the people I work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, would you ever, since you have a music background, would you ever jump out there and hop on a song with a rapper and dead serious be a rapper or a singer or artist?
I would definitely contribute to something like musically, because even just DJing or just like learning how to do production and anything like that, like I would do it.
So who would be like a dream feature for you? Like if it's you and you could pick two people, y'all gotta make a fire song, like it gotta be the song of the summer. What two you picking?
There's an artist out of Atlanta, his name is Price. He's a good friend of mine too. Would love to have a song with him.
Okay.
That's it.
He gotta make that happen. He your friend. Okay, y'all should have been made a little band lab or something.
He showed me how to work through like Logic and stuff like that. So I would put to his crib and like play around and just like play chords or add drums to a song that he was working on. So just going there with him and he just being patient with me because I'm just like I don't know anything about these softwares and stuff. But working with him is fun. He's just a fun artist and creative in general. So I'm gonna make a song with him one day. We're gonna put it out. Whether there's 1 million views, whether there's 5 views, I don't care, bro. It's just I just want to put some art out.
So nobody else, just my boy.
Yeah, just Price, man. Price.
He sound like he really wanted, man.
Yeah, bro.
You watching this now?
Definitely want to work with him, man.
Okay. Do you ever still surprise yourself?
Yes, but like it takes me a minute to like zoom out and be like, damn, I really did that. Like certain moments, I'm so like in it where it's just like I don't know. I'm just
doing it.
I'm just in the moment. So the last one I had was Fashion Week in New York last year, and I did a pop up at Nordstrom in a collaboration with Google like that same week. But it was like so much going on that I was just like in it, just want to make sure everything is cool, everything's good. But like as I mentioned before, I work at KD a lot. And he does he'll do vlogs, he'll shoot vlogs. So he's like just documenting our whole friend group's like experiences and whatnot. So he'll be vlogging for like a year. So he eventually put out the vlog, and like just watching him, like damn, it was really just some young dudes, doing a pop up, and then we were just some young dudes at
swaggy
in suites at MetLife Stadium for the football game, and it was with Google execs and just in there, man. Like it's crazy looking back at some of these moments and just seeing one the progress, but two it's like we're just young dudes. Like I'm just 23 years old, turn 24 next weekend, so
party. You gotta celebrate, but you have to celebrate.
Big, like party for my birthday guy. Like I'm an introvert at heart. I'm an introvert, bro. So like I probably just kick it with the family and some friends and just go to dinner.
But this might be your zoom out moment. This might be the wow, like I made it to 24.
Do it for 25. Y'all okay. Me to it.
And then 25, he gonna be like, it just came too quick, and I don't know if I can do it.
I'm just not satisfied. I'm just so hungry, bro. I hate to like be cliche about it, but I'm so hungry for like what I want to do, who I want to be, where I want this brand to be. So I'm just like, I'm blessed to have people in my life that take me out of that and like, bro, you gotta enjoy life. But I'm not satisfied.
I agree with that. The same feeling here. I gotta zoom out, and my zoom out sometimes be super late. Like it might be 5-6 months down the line, and I literally go back and be like, dang, I remember that, like that was a crazy interview that pushed me all the way up. Or dang, I didn't think I would meet the top rapper out right now and just be able to interview him. So some of that stuff was surreal when I did to zoom out. I think that's important for creatives to know, like, you know, if you ever stuck or, you know, you're stressed or doubtful, look back at like what you've done and how far you've grown versus looking like to your goals and what's new, because sometimes when you look at those goals and they're not getting done, you feel like you're going nowhere. But realistically, you should look at the progress. But you know, as we wrapping things up, since you said you were so hungry, what's next for you, and what's an end goal for LHP?
I don't know what the end goal is, but I want to take this brand as far as I can. I think this brand will be one of the greatest brands of our generation. I'll just say that. I think not even just the clothes that we make, but I want to do short films. I want to do furniture. I want to do fashion shows. Like, I want to do it all. And I just want to be one of the best to do it. Like, at the end of the day, I think we're putting culture and HBCUs on a map. I think we're building a platform to celebrate and honor and highlight the people in this community and everything that goes on in our community. So as many rooms and as high of a platform I can make in doing that, let's do it. But I want to be one of the GOATs at the end of the day.
I agree. You got the best HBCU brand out here, so
appreciate it.
I think they want to know who the top 5 HBCUs.
Top 5 HBCUs?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna catch some hell for this. Howard, of course, number 1. Ain't nothing like Howard.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like.
Snow is 2 AUC students in this room right now.
I already know him. I'm
just letting y'all know. Howard is one. I give him that.
Top 5 HBCU. Top 5 in what aspect? Because there's so many things to talk about.
Okay, put out education, not education. Culture and for your design, like how you like the colors for your design, or like this brings out, I'd say, the best merch. Like people will want to buy this. But you can, you know, put the culture in there. Like the culture, I feel like the culture is a huge aspect for the HBCU, because you can go to the HBCU in the middle of South Carolina and it got HBCU, but it's not the same like the Howard or Clark Atlanta. You feel me? So.
Colorways, I really like Mississippi Valley. They got green and red in their logo. and we do a lot of cream for LHP. So you putting all those 3 colors together, it's like Gucci colors pretty much. So it's just like, it just seems like very high-end designer like products when I'm making stuff for Mississippi Valley. FAMU, the Rattler logo is just so crazy in my opinion. It's just so fire to like put that in Chanel and put that in different, you know, t-shirts and stuff that we make. And FAMU be showing love.
So we got Howard, FAMU, 2 spots. Who y'all
Spellman in there. Spellman is so classy in my opinion. Like that blue is just crisp in my opinion. I don't know. Can I group Spellman and Morehouse in one? Can I be one? I can share the name?
Spellman, they deserve their own. Spellman Knights, we love y'all. Y'all deserve your own. Y'all not Spellhouse, y'all Spellman. I got y'all back.
I gotta throw North Carolina A&T in there. If I had to put that in order, like it would be Howard then North Carolina A&T, not gonna lie.
NCAT.
Just because I went to NCAT and their culture is just different. Like their campus is beautiful.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like women, they're beautiful. NCAT is just an amazing space, and they really ride for their school like no other. You go in a school full of NCAT people, and you just know it. They don't even gotta say nothing. You just
know the vibe. Okay, I gotta get to NCAT. I haven't. Last time I went to NCAT, I was 16 on the HBCU tour. I might have even been 15. I was like 15, 16. But that's when I knew that Clark was the move. But I guess Clark didn't make the cut. Big CAU, you know our motto, find a way to make us.
I know you appreciate though, like talking more.
Yeah.
I know I got love for both schools, working with them people all the time.
Yeah, but definitely, like you said, HBCUs do have beautiful women, and when you the guy having emotion, it might be a lot of women around. So how was that, seriously balancing, being an introvert, but also, you're outside because you have to be, and it's a lot of emotion outside. Like, what was that like with all those women around at Howard?
I would say I've always been a handsome guy, so like getting ladies was never really an issue. I feel like having motion made things easier, but like, I don't know. A lot of distractions at Howard, a lot of good times at Howard. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think, bro, like, cause it's even now, like, you see get a lot of fake love sometimes, fake smiles.
Sometimes the fake love,
organic energy, but
sometimes the fake love, like, it's like I don't hate it because low key when I see the fake love or the people coming around just because you just got this good interview or you just dropped this hard merch, it'd be like, dang, it don't feel too bad. Like,
being there, like, it's, to me, stuff like that is comedy, because like I think like I read through that very well now. Both like men and women, just the fake energy,
groupies,
like the fake love or whatever. Or the I'm so proud of you from people who just like never support. That's part of like anything that you do. For me, I'm gonna always extend my love to people, but I definitely read through a lot of it. But yeah, as far as the women at Howard, man, I love them. They made me. They definitely shaped. Definitely shaped my experience there and just shaped who I am now. But yeah,
I think the HBCU made me a little smoother too. It let me, like you said, I always could get girls. I was a basketball player, so I was like popular and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I got to Clark, it was like I had to be a little more smoother because it was like a lot of guys just thirsty, and I didn't want them to get that vibe that I was like the thirsty dude. So I definitely got a little more smooth, a little more chill, and I mean, the motion it helped, but that was never stopping them.
The work always came first for me.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah.
If you know me, if I gotta edit a video, nobody's calling me, nobody is coming over, nobody is, oh, I want a link. I mean, that's cool. You want to edit this video for me then?
Yeah.
You spend 6 hours on it.
Yeah.
But you know, what's one thing that the viewers don't know about you that you want them to know about you as a man or as a business owner, as a creative, whatever?
We covered a lot this interview too. I'm trying to think. One thing about me.
Some people answer like, well, I'm really a family man, or some people even said that they scared of animals, and I was like, oh, that's something.
One thing about me is they ain't really stop me with these questions today, bro.
It can be goofy or it can be serious. It can be, you know. Intro to the Jeopardy music.
I want to own a restaurant one day. I want to open up a restaurant somewhere in
So
Atlanta.
you a chef or?
I am far from a chef.
Okay.
Far from a chef. But there's just something key about owning a restaurant and being able to just pull up to the restaurant with the gang and just go in the back private room and just knowing that it's yours too.
Then it's gonna be good eats. Everybody love good eats. Like, and Atlanta needs more of that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I live like around here, so there's not really much authentic eats around here. And I come from a West Indian family, so there's definitely no Caribbean eats up on the north side. So probably open up a Caribbean spot up here.
Hey. Y'all see me there. Yeah, I'm gonna be in A, so y'all gonna definitely see me there.
I'm gonna brainstorm the name tonight.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you getting on this interview.
Got to, bro.
Once again. It's definitely a connection I've been wanting to make. I've been seeing your work since Wiley not officially, when he first started working with you. I'm like, you know, who is this guy? And it was good to definitely sit down and had this conversation. I hope y'all definitely learned something. This is a living legend right here. You can Google him and a million articles pop up. So this is very special. And I gotta give you some merch too. You gotta get some interview merch. I gotta get some LHP merch. We need like an interview LHP collab.
We gotta do like a jersey swap, bro. Like,
that would be fire. That would be fire. So,
like that. But yeah, man, appreciate you having me. This is what it's about, bro. Like, gotta work with people. With people, man. Network. People be chasing people that they see on Instagram, people they don't even know. Like, hell no, I'd rather build with my niggas at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People in my circle, bro. And nobody want to eat alone at the end of the day, too, so.
I respect that. Sure. Shop LHP, you know, Mr. Legacy, man. Yeah. I appreciate this. Tahir Murray, the Interview Podcast. Yeah. Once again, make sure y'all tune in for next week's episode. Like, comment, subscribe. And go shop, man. Go get some merch.
Yes, sir. Indeed.